Hey sweet friends, today we are making some high quality or high-end home decor pieces out of Dollar Tree items, but using real wood and sturdy pieces that are sure to last for years to come. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and let's go ahead and jump on into crafting. First up, I wanted to create like a wall decor piece that the glass was actually what was decorated. So instead of putting like a piece of paper in the frame, so I'm starting with one of these 11 by 14 frames, and then I measured these wood pieces for you all. I got like the super thin pieces that Dollar Tree has in Crafters Square, and one of them was about 17.5 inches and the other one was around 12 inches, but I know these vary depending on which wood pieces that you pick up from Dollar Tree, and even if they say they're the same size, sometimes I've had to trim them down. So I'm using 4 of those, 2 of the long ones for both sides and then a piece for the top and the bottom, and I removed the glass. So that is the only piece that I am going to be using from the photo frame that I picked up, and I laid that down on the table and I'm just kind of playing around with the wood until I see how it's going to fit together and where I'm going to like put the wood or where I'm going to make it overlap at. So going ahead and using my miter box, I picked these up at Walmart. It's a saw and a box that helps you just cut down small pieces like this without having to use power tools. Now, if you didn't have to film videos, you could just screw this or attach it to a table so it wouldn't move around, but I just pull it into the frame to cut all of these pieces down. So I got the long one cut down and then the short pieces, and just use that as a pattern for the next piece of wood. So I did put these face down on the table so that I could glue the backs together. I didn't want to risk putting like a ton of hot glue in between these wood pieces, so that's why I'm using popsicles to just attach them on the back. Now I did cut off the rounded ends, as well as you can cut some of them long ways, and just try to get as much surface area as I can between these two pieces. Now it was going to have gaps in the middle where I pieced the corners together, so I did go ahead and just cut down a popsicle stick and place them all the way around, so whenever I put this glass there's no like big holes or gaps, which won't cause the glass to break as easily. So I put the glass on there and then just kind of doing the same thing, put hot glue over the top and then laying the popsicle sticks down. I did not want to put the hot glue in between the glass and the wood on the bottom because I feel like that would help it, or that would like make it easier to break. So I just put the glass completely down and then glued the popsicle sticks over the top, and it held it nice and tight in place. And you can see how gorgeous this is. So many stores right now have out pieces where the glass is decorated really pretty, and that's what I'm going to try to do. There was a tiny gap, so I was able just to put a piece of paper in there when I went to paint it, so I didn't even have to tape anything off. I thought about staining this at first, but then I thought paint would be a little bit easier to work with, especially on the glass. If I got any on the glass, it's so easy to scratch off the dried paint. This is the mineral color chalk paint, and I did a light coat, leaving some space like so that you could see the wood through it, and then it sanded this down to get that really distressed look. You can see how much it lightens it up, so I love that. It's almost like it is like a little bit stained because you can see through it. Now I did sand away too much where some like it had some little knots in the wood, so I was able just to take a little bit of more paint and paint over the pieces that I didn't want to show through. And then Dollar Tree has tons of wall decals, or most of my stores have those out right now, and they're so easy to use. So if you don't find these, you can use a Cricut or anything that you have. You could use stickers to write what you wanted to, but I always think it's so fun to try to use these decals because I personally feel like they're pretty easy to find, and they always have like different sayings so that you can fit what you like the best. But I thought this was really pretty just to put our family's gathering place. I thought this would be really cute in like a dining area. I tried to cut off as much of the clear sticker as I could. I even went back and trimmed it down a little bit more, and then after I got it how I liked it, made sure everything was straight, I'm taking some Mod Podge and completely covering this in like a really thick coat of Mod Podge, because whenever you hold this up you are able to see the edges of the stickers. So I'm trying to blend all of that in. I love how it dried, and whenever this is hanging against the wall you cannot even tell that those stickers have like a clear outline to them. I hung this by using some little eye hooks, or these little hooks that have have the round circle at the top and tried to put it directly above that board, about 2 inches from the edges. And I love that little tool from Dollar Tree that is like a needle tool, and I was able to start a hole to make it super easy to screw those in. And then for the hanger, just tied a piece of jute twine and added in some beads. I was so happy with the final result of this. You could definitely paint the frame to match your style or change up the wording to fit anything. You could put an initial in there, but I think it looks so gorgeous hanging up against the wall. For springtime, Dollar Tree is coming out with these little flower market like flower pots. I think they are adorable, but they're metal, so I was a little bit nervous. I haven't really worked with metal a lot when it comes to drilling holes in there, but I had confidence that this would work, so I just marked it with my Sharpie and used my drill as well as just a normal drill bit, and it actually went through there really nice. So the only thing I would say is be super careful, because it does throw out some metal shards, so make sure you wear your safety glasses and be careful, don't rake off the shavings off of your table with your hand. I'm sure just to be cautious, that would be better just to, I used a paper towel to try to wipe them up so that they didn't get scattered. So it did leave a few little edges, so I just took my pliers and kind of bent them around or pulled them off, and then I actually took sandpaper and went over each of these holes, and it helped a ton. So it helped just smooth down all of the little exposed edges, and it was actually really, really smooth. So after I got that figured out, I am pairing it with some of this really fun boho twine ribbon. I love all of the patterns that they have out, and instead of tying big knots, I just hot glued it together. So stuck it through the hole and hot glued these two pieces together, and I actually gave it a nice flat finish, and nothing was super bulky. So this is so easy to do. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. You could fill this in with any type of greenery that you have. I picked up a couple of just greenery little floral picks from Walmart. That's one of my favorite places to look for greenery. If Dollar Tree doesn't have it out, but just kind of bent over the bottoms and stuck that down in there. Super easy. I didn't even add styrofoam. You could if you wanted to make it a little bit nicer or sturdy, but I love the option of getting to trade out these florals anytime that I want, or if I decide to use them on something else, I can just pull them out. And then all that was left to do was just pull up all of these pieces and tie a knot at the top and hang this exactly where you want it. Next up is another high-end piece using some more of these wooden pieces from the Dollar Tree. When I see these at Dollar Tree, I definitely stock up on them because they go super fast, but I picked up 2 10-inch pieces as well as 2 12-inch pieces, and that's going to give me more of a rectangular shape. I always recommend using a little heat gun to heat up the stickers because I do struggle to get them off, or the labels, and it just makes it so much easier to pull them away. So I just kind of line these up how I wanted them. Now, I hands down would always use liquid nails if I have it on hand, but I am currently running low on that, so I decided just to use my E6000. It actually worked really, really good. I don't think I ever use it on wood very much. I always tend to grab that when I'm working with glass, but it actually works really good. I paired that with a couple of dots of hot glue just to temporarily hold it until the E6000 would dry really good. And then I am cutting down just an old Christmas sign from Dollar Tree. Very easy. I just use a razor knife and score it over and over until it's easy enough to break away, and this is going to act as a bottom to make a tray. I love having extra signs like this on hand because the MDF is just so easy to work with and cut down. And then I decided to pick up a piece of scrapbooking paper. I love like this calligraphy or little writing on this paper, so I am using some Mod Podge and just putting that directly over the sign. I did sand off all of the glitter on this Christmas sign just so the paper would lay it nice and flat, but did put a big thick coat of Mod Podge down, put the paper down, and then adding some more Mod Podge on top. Once again, I really thought about staining this, but whenever I am in like the craft room, I just always kind of like dread getting out stain. It's just really smelly and something that I don't want to have to put gloves on or open the windows. I still do like staining stuff, and I do that if I see where I can't use paint. But for this, I just thought it would also be really pretty if I painted it white and just give it more of like a distressed farmhouse look to it. I was worried that the bottom piece of paper was more of a cream color, but I feel like it is like enough of a cream tan color that the white doesn't like clash together, but it kind of complements each other, but like brightens up the tray. So painted these white, glued it over the paper, and then I'm going to add on some handles. I considered getting like actual hardware like drawer pulls or something to put on the sides of this, but then I remembered that I had these tiny little beads, so I thought it would be fun to just kind of mix it up and make my own little bead hangers for the sides. So I drilled holes in both sides about 3 inches from either side, and then I had to like restring the beads on a piece of jute twine, so I used about 10 beads per handle, and I thought you could tie this over the top, but I really didn't want to pull that jute twine over the top. I wanted this to look as nice as possible, so I did try to just tie some knots in the middle and then or on the inside and then glue them in place. If you didn't want to make this as neutral, you could put any type of spring like scrapbooking paper in the bottom, but this was so fun to dress up and look so cute holding like the salt and pepper shakers. I think it's so funny that now it's just kind of normal to decorate your house with toilet plungers or using them in different ways. But for this, I picked up one plunger from the Dollar Tree as well as a canvas. And for this project, I most of the time use the canvas wood pieces whenever I'm cutting this off. But today I'm actually just using the canvas itself. So this is really fun because I haven't really used that a lot. Even when I made a canvas video, I didn't really have a lot of ideas for the canvas. So this is just for that. I thought it would be fun to find a creative way to use canvas for wall decor or just small decor pieces. Don't worry, in this video I am going to be putting that wooden canvas piece to use coming up in the next project, but for this I just removed the top or the bottom of the plunger, removed the label, I cut off the threads that was holding on the rubber piece, got rid of that, and then just kind of eyeballed how big I needed this to be or how wide that my sign was going to be, so just kind of held it in place and made 2 pieces exactly the same size. I wanted this to kind of look like a scroll, so I'm going to be wrapping the top and the bottom or rolling them up on these, I'm calling them dowel rods, but you know, like the toilet plunger handle, the wood pieces, and I just kind of marked enough canvas, or I marked it on the canvas so that I'll have enough space that you can see the wooden pieces sticking out the top and the bottom. So I wanted the white piece to be in the front, and then I love how whenever you like fold it over, the cream is coming on the front too, so it's just adding in that extra color, extra detail. But after I got everything cut down to size, I'm just putting a line of hot glue and then rolling up these rods on the top and the bottom. I did like to run that little piece of popsicle stick along the inside just to make sure that none of the hot glue was pouring out. And then was the fun part to decorate it. Dollar Tree has tons of fun stickers out right now, even these big ones. So I loved this little coffee set. I loved the But First coffee, so I thought this would be really cute. I have like a little shelf that has hooks on it that I hang like coffee mugs on, so I thought it would be really fun to put on there. So I needed a rectangle shape, so I thought that it would be fun to put this like container down. I thought it was neat that it was clear and just like traced around that. Now you can see I didn't get it perfect, so I just tried to thicken up the lines so they all match that one on the left, as well as straighten them up where I accidentally kind of curved too much around the edges, and I don't know, just try to make it more bold. Stuck the sticker down in the middle and then just added some dots just for some fun flair. I wanted to make this just a super simple piece, so tying a piece of jute string on both sides, and that created like a little hanger. You could add some greenery to one side, but I decided to leave it as is. I think it looks so pretty and plain and just neutral, but also has like a ton of dimension and just really cute. Like I promised, I wanted to use the remainder of this canvas, so I went ahead and cut away all of the excess canvas pieces, but then I decided that wasn't enough, so I did take my wire cutters, and I feel like that's super easy to remove these staples. I'm able just to kind of dig down in the wood and pull them out, and that just leaves me with the perfect wood frame. I needed a backing for my sign, so I'm using more popsicle sticks. They're just easy to work with, and it actually makes it look like little, like small shiplap, which is so cute to me. So I started by painting all of these popsicles white and then flipping them over and then gluing them to the back of the canvas. I did have to trim like the tiniest bit off of both ends just to make sure it wasn't going to overhang on the back of the canvas. And then I did start by like putting glue on the front of the popsicle sticks and attaching it, but then I felt like the glue was kind of coming out of the like front of the sign, so then I started laying down the sticks and just trying to put glue over the top of the back. And then I picked up just a coordinating little frame. This is a Valentine sign, and I wanted to glue the like front of this oven mitt down inside. So I know that's silly. Whenever you look at oven mitts or pot holders, you don't think about stealing like the image from the front of them, but I thought it would be really cute to make like just a neutral kitchen sign. I have lots of shelves in the kitchen. It's just fun to really dress them up. So I picked up this Bless This Kitchen, cut off the top and the bottom and pulled it apart. And then another fun hack to get all of that hot glue mess out of the front, I just heated up the pieces that the hot glue was kind of oozing out, took a popsicle stick and kind of mashed all of that down, or kind of pulled it all smooth, and then glued this sign down in the middle. And I feel like it gives it so much dimension while keeping it a fun neutral sign, and this will be something that you can set with other pieces and really dress it up. So we had lots of fun projects today. Definitely let me know down in the comments which one of these projects was your favorite, if you have any intentions on bringing in some new items for spring and dressing up your space. I always feel like it makes it feel so much more fresh, just bringing in some fun new decor at the beginning of each year after you've got all of your holiday decor all packed away. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, make sure you are subscribed, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy crafting! Bye!